we have going on that is actually very, very important, because this conjunction that we have going on, which some of us have already started it, is going to impact us for the next 15 years. So the conjunction that I am speaking about is the conjunction of the planet Uranus, the planet Mars, and the North Node, all in the sign of Taurus. Now, when we talk about conjunctions, we're talking about when planets or asteroids or heavenly bodies come into contact with each other. And in a conjunction, they are in close proximity. I consider the conjunction anywhere in the window of 5 degrees of each other. So as of today, let's just see where these 3 heavenly bodies are. They are really, I think they're sitting on top of each other, if I'm not mistaken. Uranus and the North Node are both at 18 degrees of each other, which they're sitting on top of each other. And then Mars just came in, and Mars is at 16 degrees. So they're all right there together, traveling together. Within the next few days, they're going to literally be sitting on top of each other. So let's talk about how each planet shows up and what their energy is like. So they're all in the sign of Taurus. So we know about Taurus. Taurus rules the tangible things. Taurus rules our money. Taurus rules our love life. Taurus rules our material possessions. Taurus rules our senses, things of that nature. Taurus is an earth sign, so it's all about getting down, touching, feeling, smelling, doing all those things, and being stimulated by everything. Taurus loves good food. Taurus loves money. Taurus loves luxuries. Anything to make Taurus feel good, it loves it. So, but it is also a very grounded sign. So Taurus is all about patience and being grounded. So it is currently in the sign of Uranus. Now, Taurus has been in Uranus for, I think, since 2018. And this is not the easiest placement, because if we know anything about Uranus, Uranus is the planet of unpredictable changes. Taurus sounds like me. Yes. Taurus is very kind of similar to Cancer energy, too. A little bit different, but some of the general characteristics of them, being grounded in certain things, kind of make them a good combination, Taurus and Cancer. So that's why it kind of sounds like a Cancer. But Uranus, the planet of unpredictability, unexpected changes, doing things out of the box, not doing things as the status quo. This is the planet that Taurus has been in since 2018. Now, with Uranus being a planet that is a forward-thinking planet, it's an innovative planet. It doesn't want to do anything the way it's always been done. It kind of has a difficult time being in the sign of Taurus, because Taurus hates change. Taurus wants everything to stay the same. And Uranus is like, I'm not having that. That is not what I'm here for. I'm here to shake your life up. I'm here to shake this area of your life up. And I want to see some change. But Taurus is so resistant to it. So what has been happening since about 2018, and since this particular placement lasts about 7 years, for everyone, there has been an area of your life that you've probably been, I don't want to say struggling with, but having challenges with getting it under control. For me, being a Leo rising, this placement has been in my house of career. So there have been a lot of changes, a lot of unexpected changes with regards to my career. Now, because Taurus rules money and things of that nature, when you think about it being for Leo risings, this has had a lot to do with our career and how we earn our money. So we could have found the career that we've had for ourselves being very, very unpredictable. And some of the Leo risings probably lost jobs during that time. So it took, what ended up happening was, Okay, you have to think about certain areas of your life where you felt like everything was under control. Like this was the area of your life that you knew was solid. Um, you just figured like, I got this part of my life. I don't even have to worry about this being here. And all of a sudden, the foundation of that thing was shaken up. That was my career for Leo risings. Me and other Leo risings, it was our career that suffered a big shakeup during that time. And it still will continue on because Uranus is going to be in Taurus until, I believe, 2023. Oh, maybe a little bit longer. I have to check my dates. So you have that energy. Then you had, here comes the North Node of Destiny in the sign of Taurus. Here's another shakeup in that same area of your life. Now, when we talk about the North Node, we have the North Node and the South Node. And these aren't planets. These are actually points in the sky. But they represent very karmic type of areas in our life as they transit through our life. So the North Node is all about our destiny and where we're going, what we're trying to achieve. And then opposite that is the South Node. And the South Node is the area of our life that we need to release. Like we already know how to do this area of our life. And if there's things that we need to let go of, lessons that we've already learned, bad habits, situations, whatever that is, that thing in the South Node is where we're going to release it. But we're talking about the North Node. This was our destiny, where we're supposed to be. Whether we want to be there or not, this is where astrologically we're being pushed. So it's still in the same sign of Taurus. And the North Node takes about 1.5 years to go through a house, okay? So add that to the Uranus. This was a feeling of you being pushed to what your destiny, your true destiny was or is. Issue with that is it's in Taurus, again, that doesn't like change. So this could have been a feeling of wanting to do something different, but wanting to play it safe and not wanting anything to change. But you still got that push from Uranus to saying you have to go, we have to do it differently. And then the North Node was like, this is your destiny, you have to do this. But the Taurus was saying, I don't want to move. I want to stay here because it's safe. It may not necessarily be serving me well. I may not necessarily be living up to my full potential here. I know that there's probably something greater on the other side of this, but I like it here because it's safe and I want to stay here. But Uranus is not letting you do that. Uranus is saying, well, if you don't go, if you don't proactively pursue this new thing in your life, I'm going to shake up your life where you have no choice. And again, I'm going to give you the example of what happened with Leo rising, which is my sign. And because all this energy was in my career house, and this started in 2018, the pandemic shook up my career. So for me, that was something that was, I love my career as a flight attendant. You know, I don't know if you guys know that by day I'm a flight attendant. And that was the one thing in my life that was solid. Like, I knew that this was the thing that I was going to do for the rest of my life. I knew that my career, my job wasn't going anywhere. This is where I had the most security and I felt the most safe was with my career and with my job. But when the panorama came around in 2019, it shook up everything. So what ended up happening was the universe said, Sonia, I want to push you to do something different. Okay, doesn't necessarily mean that you have to leave being a flight attendant, but I think there's something else out there for you that I want you to try. But because I was so resistant to it, I'm like, I'm happy here. I don't need to worry about this. The universe said, okay, well, I tell you what, Uranus says, since you won't do it yourself, I am going to create a circumstance that makes you do it. So the panorama came around in 2019, and we all know what it did to the airline industry. It ended up, the bottom fell out of the airline industry. I actually got furloughed. So if you don't know what furlough means, it's like I got laid off from my job, but I wasn't laid off. They just didn't have any work. I got furloughed from my job. So that was Uranus creating an upheaval in my life. Yes, you have to be made to do it. So that was Uranus creating an unexpected change in my life that I had no clue was coming. But I kind of knew it was coming because I looked at my chart and I knew something was coming. So it wasn't like I was blind to it, but I had no idea it was going to look like that. So it created this instability in my life around my career. So while I was off during the panorama and I was home, the idea came to me, I need to carve out a different career for myself. Now, I was still going to hold on to being a flight attendant because I love doing that. But I said, I need to have something else that feeds my creativity and also financially, remember it's in Taurus because Taurus is all about money, puts money in my pocket. And this is where Melanin Goddess Life was born. I literally started my astrological reading business during the time that I was off furlough during the panorama, and I started doing readings, and within a year's time my business just took off. Now when the business took off, that's when the airline industry started to come back and be healthy again. And then the question came for me to come back to work to what I knew was solid for me. Because I have a lot of Virgo in my chart, so I have to have a practical component. I need a paycheck. Pardon, I'm just going to tell you. I need a stable paycheck for me to feel good. Now, all this other stuff I do on the side, that's fine and great. If it puts money in my pocket, that's great too. But your girl needs a solid paycheck. So I knew I was going back to this. But I had cultivated this new career for myself that I absolutely loved, and I wanted to continue on with it. And that is how Uranus and the North Node of Destiny that was pushing me to where I was supposed to be came about. Okay? So, in addition to that, okay, because this Uranus has been doing its thing and this North Node of Destiny has been doing its thing for a little while now. But here comes Mars. So Mars is now in the party. And Mars is the planet of aggression. It is the planet of action, competition. It is the planet of courage. And it is the planet of getting things lit. It is a fire planet. So it puts a lot of energy into you. So when Mars comes in and it's touching these other two planets, Mars is now like, I want to put a fire to you. I want to take this energy that you have got going right now, and I'm going to start simmering it, and I'm going to make it hotter and hotter, and we are going to start taking whatever this thing is to another level, okay? Now, Mars energy is kind of tricky because it can get out of control. It can get out of control. And you want to use the energy in a positive way. You want to kind of like harness it as much as you can, but allow it to do what it's going to do. So, with that being said, today we're going to talk about, based on your rising sign, where you're going to feel this energy in your life. Now, the window of this conjunction officially starts July the 31st, but it already started like maybe a week or two ago, because I always tell you, you can start feeling these energies anywhere from 2 weeks to a month prior. So some of us have already started feeling this change that's coming up, that has been coming up. Now that Mars is added to the party, we are really starting to feel it. So the technical window of this energy is July 31st through August the 8th. Okay, is where you could feel it, but like I said, you can already feel it coming now. But the thing that I want you to also understand is, because the North Node of Destiny is involved in this, and because this particular event only happens every 15 years, this is the thing where you are setting up whatever this thing is in your life that you're about to pursue, change, implement, whatever that is actually going to be a part of your life for the next 15 years. So this is a long-term change that's coming up for you. So just think over the next 15 years, this, whatever this is, could be a theme of your life. So that means that you have to approach it wisely. Okay? Whatever this is, whatever of your life, area of your life that you're feeling this energy in, you need to approach it wisely. But there could be some type of change, unexpected event. There could be a feeling that comes up in you that puts a fire under certain projects that you've probably been holding on to, that you've been Taurusing and not wanting to move forward with it. This is the time that you need to start it. But you need to start it strategically, and you need to use that energy of Mars to get you motivated. I think part of the reason why I came back today is because of this energy, because I've been thinking about how to make my business different, how to make my, hey Kogan, how to make my business grow. And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. We got another little secret going on. Now, I don't know if y'all remember me mentioning this, but probably the last few months, I have been saying I'm going to manifest 2 celebrity clients before the end of 2022. Well, let's just say I got to. Now, of course, I would never disclose who the 2 people are. Okay? Just know your girl's manifestation came true. So, I'm just saying. All right. So, let's talk about how this works out. So, you know, everything that we talk about is based on your rising sign, your ascendant sign, so we're going to base it on that. So that's what you're going to be listening for with regards to this. If you don't know your rising sign, I would implore you to get it. You can go to you can Google free birth chart calculators. Just pick one. Put your information in, which is your birthday, your place of birth, and most importantly, your time of birth, because your time of birth determines your rising sign. So it needs to be accurate. And once you get that information, you can just come back. I'm going to leave this live up. Yes, Cafe Astrology is dope. It's easy to work with. Go to cafeastrology.com and you can, it's real easy. It's real user-friendly. Thank you, Miss Boss Lady. And get your rising sign so you can come back and listen to this on the replay. I'm also going to leave it up on my Facebook, and I will have the edited version on my YouTube channel, which you should be subscribed to. Melanin Goddess Life is my YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's talk about how this conjunction is going to manifest itself in everyone's life. Okay? So whenever you're ready, give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts, let me know we're ready, and then we're going to get started. Oh, child, I need to get me a new chair, because I'm about to fall out this chair. Okay. All right, I got a heart on Instagram. Can I get some kind of hearts or something on Facebook? And we're going to get started. You can also listen for your sun sign and your moon sign. Thank you, Jessica. Your sun sign and your moon sign, so you can get a well-rounded version of an idea of what's going on with you. And sometimes your sun and your moon sign will resonate more with what's going on with you, so we can do that. You might as well start with Leo rising. No, I can't cheat. I can't cheat, though I've talked about this a lot. But we're going to start at the top of the zodiac, which is our Aries rising. The conjunction is going to be in your 2nd house, which governs our money. So this is our first money house of the zodiac. This is how we earn our money, our earned income. This is the house of our material possessions. This is the house of our value system and what we value. And this is also the house of our voice, our literal voice. So for my Aries risings, this conjunction is going to put a spark under your earning potential. So this could definitely look like you taking this energy and harnessing a new job for yourself. This could look like starting that business that you've been wanting to start, Aries rising. This will be a great time for you to get in there and start that business that you've been wanting to do, because this is supportive energy with that Mars energy for the next 15 years to carry you over. This is also energy around, again, maybe career aspirations, career goals, maybe the changing of a job. Now, I also have to tell you that this could be the potential for a loss of a job, okay? So this is that energy around those Aries risings that don't want to make the change, and the universe is prompting you to do it. So what it has to do at this point is take away something that is no longer serving its purpose. It is not your destiny anymore, in an effort to get you to move to where you're supposed to be. So this is all going to be about your money, your earning potential, how you earn your money. If you've been wanting to change jobs, this is time for you to do it. If you've been wanting to start that business, this is the time for you to do it, okay? If you've wanted to carve out a healthier relationship on how you do money, because this is the area of what we value and our self-worth. If you've been having an unhealthy dynamic with how you see money and how it relates to your self-esteem, your self-worth, this is the time that you start to break away, which is Uranus, this breakthrough energy, away from that unhealthy attachment that you have with money. And for example, if you're someone that ties your self-worth to how much money you have, so you feel like I have to have this amount of money in order for me to feel good about myself, or you put too much value on material possessions, this is the time for you to start to work on breaking away from that type of letting money have that type of hold on you. Understanding that you are going to be a wonderful person whether you have $1 or $1 million. It does not change who you are in the core of you. This is what that energy is about. This is also about the releasing of the attachment to material possessions, okay? So you may start to feel an energy around doing spring cleaning, giving away things. But really what it is saying is looking at the things that you own and seeing if they have any value to them, okay? This will also set you up for wanting to make purchases, but the purchases are more in a strategic kind of way. Only purchasing things that hold their literal value. So this could look like purchasing a property, stocks, bonds. Even if you purchase jewelry, jewelry is an investment. So think of every purchase now moving forward, particularly if it's a high ticket item that you're purchasing. What is the value and does it hold its value? Now, this is also the energy, the space of our literal voice. So this may be some of my Aries risings, having difficulty maybe with the thyroid area, the throat area, maybe that strep throat, laryngitis, something to that effect. Or if you've had an ongoing issue with something going on with your throat area, this is the time for you to address that, to figure out what is going on in this area of your body. Now, I will tell you this. This particular transit is going to square off in your 11th house of friendships, of friends, long-term goals, our groups that we're a part of, innovation and technology. And when something squares off in astrology, it's putting pressure on us to make a decision on something. So in addition to this energy that you have going on around your money, you may actually, Aries rising, have some type of situation going on with your friend groups. I don't know if you've been having issues with friends, if you've been reevaluating your relationships and your friendships. That could come up for you during this conjunction, in this kind of like this, I'm going to give it a month. During this month time, this energy may put a focus on the dynamics you have with your friendships, maybe a shakeup in your friend group. This could also be a time when you start to reevaluate your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes, and making sure they still align. I feel like some of my Aries risings may have a change in their long-term goals that they've had for themselves and change it into being something totally, totally different. But a lot of energy around your friend dynamics, your long-term goals, and the groups and associations that you make yourself a part of. Okay? Now, Taurus rising. The conjunction is going to be in your first house. The first house is our physical body, our personality, our self, how our energy and how we show up and present to the world. But particularly our physical body. Now, this conjunction is all about making changes, number one, with our physical body and our physical self. So this may put some of my Taurus risings in the energy of wanting to radically change how they physically look. Now, this could be as small as y'all gonna start getting facials every week, or to as big as cosmetic surgery. And I say cosmetic surgery because Mars governs surgery. So I'm wondering if there's a Taurus rising out there that's considering having some type of cosmetic surgery done for themselves. That definitely could come up. This could be a change in your style. So this could have you looking at changing your wardrobe, changing your hair, but making big decisions, changes on how you show up in your appearance. And this is going to tie into your career. And this could very well be Taurus risings that are making big career changes, but you want to show up for the job that you want. Is that the same as showing up for the job that you want? So if you're thinking about making a career change and you're going from being, let's say you're finishing up school or some kind of project and you want to pursue a career in corporate America. This means that the physical component of you has to change. Your style of dress has to change. Your hair has to change to fit into corporate America. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all about for individuality. I'm not saying that anybody can't go in and be who they are, but let's just be clear. Let's just be honest. Certain career paths require you to adopt a certain style to show up there. So this could definitely tie into a career change or something to that effect. But it's all about your physical body. So let's talk about the physical body. Because again, we're going to go back to the fact that some of my Taurus risings could be considering a cosmetic surgery. I will say to this, please investigate. Please do your research on that. I don't deter anybody because I'm a believer in a good nip tuck. But do your homework and your research on that. But this could also tie into your diet. So diet and exercise. If my Taurus risings made some changes with regards to their diet and exercise, this actually could put you in the best physical shape that you've been in a very, very long time. Because remember, these changes are about the long term, 15 years, okay? So showing up differently, physically, your energy, all of that is what's going to tie in for my Taurus risings. Now, squaring off, putting a little pressure is going to be on your career house, okay? So this is going to be all about your career. Making the necessary changes with regards to your career, Taurus. Again, Taurus is a sign that does not like change. And sometimes I find with Taurus natives, they do this thing where they can be in a situation that is clearly not to their good, but they'll stay in it because they're comfortable and they're used to it. You will have to break away from that, especially if it's something tied to your career. Now, this is also the 10th house. We consider it a relationship house. So this could also be some of my Taurus risings dealing with a relationship that's needing to end. This could be a marriage. This could be a long-term committed relationships. Listen, I don't tell people to leave none of their relationships. That's not my place to do. However, you know what's going on in your personal relationships. So you know if you've had difficulty in this area and you've just been prolonging the inevitable, this is going to be the time that you are pushed to make a final decision with regards to that. So it's either a career or it's either going to be a relationship. Okay? Next one is going to be Gemini rising. This conjunction is going to affect your 12th house. 12th house governs secrets. It's the hidden things that we have in our lives. It's all about closure and endings. It's where we keep our traumas. It's where we keep our secrets. It's where secrets are kept from us. This is also the area that governs confined spaces. So this looks like hospitals, This looks like rehab centers. This actually is the also confined space of prisons and jail, or the confinement of our minds. With this energy, this is excellent for those Gemini risings that need to start serious counseling on a professional level. This is all about getting into therapy. This is all about healing ourselves. What could come up is unresolved traumas and unresolved issues that you've been harboring and holding on to, that you either have been avoiding, or more or less you feel like you've resolved them, but what you did was suppress them, and you never really, you never really did the work to overcome them. So this could bring up those types of issues for you. This could also be around an energy around someone, maybe you or someone close to you, going into the hospital, having an unexpected hospital stay, or something with regards to a legal issue, with regards to someone potentially having a prison or jail type situation going on. This could play a part in my Gemini rising's life. So I definitely always support traditional counseling, traditional therapy, but I also support holistic type of healing. So you can also be looking into areas that are more on a holistic type level to help you with dealing with any type of traumas or healing or anything, and especially with your spiritual life. If you're trying to develop your spiritual life, this is going to be excellent for you, thinking outside of the box on adding those types of things to your life. So this could look like astrology, this could look like tarot, this could look like meditation, Reiki, whatever it is that you resonate with. This is the time for you to embrace that into your life, especially in those hidden spaces of your life. Now, because this is a house of hidden things, you could get some surprise information that comes your way that you were not expecting. And because it's dealing with Uranus, I can't tell you whether or not it's going to be positive or negative. Just know this could possibly be information that you are needing to know that could have been kept from you for some time. And now it reveals itself because Uranus and Mars and the North Node of Destiny all are coming together to bring this information to you in a way to help you move forward. Now, this energy is squaring off in your ninth house. The ninth house governs international travel. It governs higher education, foreigners. This is also about legal situations, religion, and spirituality. So for you, the squaring off could be issues around educating yourself. So this could look like Gemini risings struggling to finish a degree plan, or trying to decide on a degree plan on what they're going to pursue in college. This could look like, a lot of times this looks like conflicts, or I want to say conflicts. What's the word do I want to use? The questioning of one's faith could come up during this time. So figuring out whether or not your religious beliefs or your spiritual beliefs still resonate with who you are and where you are in life. A lot of times people get into this space of, I always say that religion is something that we receive from our family, that we're born into. We really don't get to choose religion. We just kind of get it from our family. So then at some point we get to a point in our lives where we start to question whether or not this religious or this spiritual thing that we've gotten from our family actually aligns with who we are as a person, as an adult, as we get older. So some of my Gemini risings could be in the position of questioning whether or not they still resonate or still believe in their spiritual practices or their religious beliefs, and trying to carve out a religious life or affiliation that more resonates with who they are right now. Okay, I think that's it. And there could be a legal situation that comes up for my Gemini risings, because it also has to do again with that 12th house, and the 12th house has everything to do with confined spaces, and one of those confined spaces is jail or prison. Hey, I don't know what that's about. That's not none of my business, but just letting you know that that could come up for you during this conjunction, okay? Um, the next one we're going to do is Cancer rising. The conjunction is going to be in your friend sector. So this is the area that governs our friends, our social groups that we're a part of, our long-term goals, dreams, and wishes, technology, and the masses, the world. So this is excellent for those of you that have been wanting to launch things that have to do with a technological type field. So that could look, it especially looks like for social media. So I don't know if there's someone that's been trying to launch an online business or starting to put themselves out as an influencer or using social media in some way to push their message or their business forward. This is the time for you to connect with that, because this is the house that governs the masses. So this is about getting whatever that is that you want to showcase to the world through a technological type field. This is where you would be doing that. Now, this conjunction also shakes up your house of your friends. So you're another sign that will have a friend dynamic or friend component that will come up with regards to your groups of friends and people that you affiliate yourself with in a group setting, a friendship setting, or a networking setting. Okay, so energy all around that. And keep in mind, anything that we're launching right now has a long-term ramification over the next 15 years. So whatever this thing that you've been sitting on, this social media project, this business, this online business that you've been wanting to do, this work from home type deal that you've been trying to do, this will be the time to do it, but be very strategic in how you do it, because the decisions you make around it will have an impact for the next several years, and especially around your friend groups. So changes in the dynamics of our friend groups will come to the forefront with this conjunction. Now, with my Cancer risings, the squaring off is going to be in the 8th house of other people's money. Now, whereas the 2nd house is the money that we earn through our own efforts, the 8th house is the money that we receive from other people. So this is other people's money, monies or resources you receive from an outside entity. This is about inheritances, taxes, loans, debt, businesses that we go into with another person. But it's also the house of sex and intimacy. And you have to keep in mind, sex and intimacy are two different things. Sex is the physical act, and intimacy is the connection that we make with another person. So the squaring off with this, the pressure around this has every other people's money. And what you will find with this particular area of the chart is, a lot of times what happens is, if you are a Cancer rising that has been dependent on someone else's resources, I'm going to give you an example. If you're a custodial parent and you're receiving child support from the non-custodial parent, and then that child support is cut off, you could be losing income or resources that you've been dependent on for some time, could be going away. And now you have to figure out, how do I maneuver without having this resource or without having this additional monies that I'm so used to. There could be conflicts with business partners, conflicts with things that are shared with other people, particularly like inheritances. A lot of times you could be one of those that receives an inheritance, but it's so tied up in legal red tape that it's a problem with you getting it. Or it could be someone that is like blocking the situation or blocking the inheritance because they feel like they're entitled to it. So a lot of dynamics around things that you share with another person or another entity could come up during this time. Now, sex and intimacy. This is a little tricky on sex and intimacy, because most of the time when people feel like they want sex, it's actually intimacy that they want. So this could look like you being in a relationship with someone and you having to realize that this relationship is based on sex. But what it is that you really want is an intimate connection with the other person. And a lot of times people try to put the two together, and they're not the same. They're separate. Unfortunately, women have this thing where they mix up sex and intimacy to be the same thing, and it's not. And then you find out that what you've been having is an intimate connection, and what the other person has been having is sex. So that could come into play with you trying to figure out, or you having to come to the realization that whatever this connection that you've been in may not be what you thought it was. It may be more to you than the other person. Okay? So we're going to stop right there. Does anyone have any questions about Aries, Taurus, Gemini, or Cancer rising before we go any further? Hey, Asia. This my niece is on here. I'm doing this live because my niece requested it. So if we don't have any questions about the first four signs, just give me a thumbs up, give me a heart, and we can continue on, because then we're going to go to my favorite rising sign of the zodiac, and y'all know which one that is. That is the Leo rising. That's me. I say hello to everybody on here. All right. The best. Yes, Corinza. Leo rising is the best. So that's what we're going to be talking about next, is Leo rising. And how this conjunction could play out in your 10th house of career. So 10th house. Number one, 10th house is about the career. It is about our public image, how we're seen in the public, our general standing in our community. This is the area that governs authority figures, prominent men in our life, our masculine energy in our life is here. This is where I place the energy of the father, your brother, your husband, things of that nature. Those people, those in your tight circle, the men in your, or people that exude masculine energy in this area of your life, your career, and your titles. Okay, this is the titles that we wear. So the conjunction is here in our 10th house of career. And it's been here for a little while. So some of us have already experienced the upheaval and the changes with our career. And I think for Leo risings, it's been more of a confusion of which direction to go in. Having a lot of opportunities, or a lot of ideas, or a lot of things that you wanted to do around your career, but not really being able to get grounded as to which direction you want to go in. For me personally, it has been like that. I've been struggling to reinvent my career as a flight attendant, and trying to figure out what avenue I want to take this thing in. And I'm just kind of like out here just grasping at anything. And I just don't know what it is. But what I feel like for Leo risings is finally getting clear on the direction of where you want your career to go. Okay? Again, the decision has to be strategic, and it has to be well thought out, because these are going to be ramifications and decisions that affect your life over the next 15 years. Okay? So it can't just be some willy-nilly decision that you make, because this is going to have a long-term impact on your life. So shakeups around that, surprises around that, unexpected changes. And again, we've already been dealing with this since 2018. So we know this energy. But when the North Node of Destiny came in, it was kind of like a push for you to do that thing that you've been wanting to do in a big, impactful way. It will support you. It's here to support you. It is very uncomfortable. It is very uncomfortable, and it's very scary. But if you do the work, you make the plan, you do what you need to do, it'll be a good decision. So this is all energy around your career. Now, this is a relationship house. So, and I know a lot of people don't think it's a relationship house, but it is. It's a relationship house. So if this is not impacting your career, which it could also be impacting your career, this could actually be impacting your personal life, because this is a relationship house, and this is a committed relationship house. And this is also the house of the titles that we wear. So this may look like some of my Leo risings having big dynamics changes around their love life and their relationship life. So when we talk about titles, not only are we talking about career titles, so this could take you from being, you used to be lead on fries, and now you are the manager, the night manager on at the restaurant you work in. Okay, that's a title change. But it also could be a title change by way of your romantic life. So this could look like some of my Leo risings, getting engaged very, very soon here. So you go from being someone's girlfriend to wearing the title of fiance, or you go from being fiance to someone's spouse. Now, this could look like some of my Leo risings also having a reverse change of a possible breakup, okay? Because we have to look at it from all sides. But again, the dynamics around your romantic life and your relationship life and the title and position that you hold in that area of your life could be up for change. And whatever the change is, it will impact you for the next several years. Just keep that part in mind, okay? Now, the squaring off is going to be in your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. Okay, so this kind of like parlays to what I just said. So we know in the 7th house, this is considered the marriage house. One-on-one relationships. So that's marriage, that's long-term committed relationships, that's best friends, family, that's business partners. So this is the house where we make conscious, chosen one-on-one relationships with another person, either in a personal aspect, a romantic aspect, or a business aspect. And this is also the area of legal agreements. So there is a lot of pressure going on with your one-on-one relationships. Okay. And this is for my Leo risings, energy around trying to figure out how to do one-on-one relationships in a healthy way. And it may be a little bit of a struggle with it. And the reason I know it's a struggle with it, because if you're a Leo rising, that means that your 7th house is governed by Aquarius. Not the easiest placement for love. Not the easiest placement for love. Because Aquarius placements on the 7th house need a lot of freedom. And they are big on their individuality. So now we're trying to figure out how to do us as an individual in a relationship. Hang in there. Just hang in there. It will get better. But this is a learning process. So anytime you're trying to learn something and you're really trying to learn it for your future and for the best for you, it is kind of stressful. It's a square. In astrology, it puts pressure on you to see how you're going to react under the pressure. Hold on. Just hold on. It'll get better. Learn the lesson is all it wants you to do. Now, this could definitely be putting an energy around those of you that are in these committed relationships, making a decision whether or not this is what you want to do. So it all comes down to that. Like, do I want to be in the relationship? So if I'm going to be in a relationship, I'm going to do the work. Or if this relationship is not serving me, if this commitment, if this business partnership, if this relationship with my family or whomever this is, if it's not serving me, then I need to get out of this thing. And that is the pressure around the decision. You just can't straddle the fence anymore. Either you're in or you're all the way out, is what this energy is squaring off for my Leo rises. This is, I don't know if I want to be a wife or a rich auntie. Just put rich on both of them. That's what we're doing. I don't care what it is, but put rich in the front of both of them. A rich wife or a rich auntie. That's my advice to you. So that's that's Leo rising. So the next is going to be Virgo rising. The conjunction is in your 9th house. Again, the 9th house is higher education. It is travel, international travel. It's the law, religion. It is cross cultures and foreigners. So with my Virgo rising, this definitely supports you planning for a long distance trip. This definitely supports you So either you can take the trip or you're starting the planning process for the trip, but it's definitely beneficial. And I think it is imperative that you take some type of long distance trip at this time. Now, I consider long distance travel anything that you have to use a passport for. However, don't let my definition govern you. Long distance travel could be whatever you want it to be, but plan for it and make a trip, make this trip or make this trek. Travel as much as possible. This is also great for you guys that want to go back to school. Now, and when I say the ninth house, we're talking higher education. So this is good for those that want to do your bachelor's, you want to go back and get your master's, you want to get your PhD, your doctorate, whatever that thing is you want to educate yourself on. This is a great supportive energy for you to do that. This is also the house of higher media. So those of you that are in television, radio, movies, cable, whatever that is, it's time for you to start pursuing those goals around those screenplays that you may have written, launching that media project that you've been holding on to. It's time for you to do that. And this is also around the law. So those of you that are dealing with a legal situation, there may be some kind of breakthrough or some kind of change that happens with that legal situation that you've been dealing with in a favorable way, but in an unexpected way, okay? And again, we're talking about our religion and our spiritual life. Again, as I said before, this is definitely energy around you leaning into your spirituality, leaning into your faith during this time. You're going to need that. And possibly making changes with regards to how you worship, what you believe in, strengthening your faith, or some of you developing a spiritual life. And remember, religion and spirituality, again, are two different things. Religion is the doctrine, and spirituality is the connection with the higher power or the higher self. Okay? Virgo rising, your squaring off is actually going to be in the 6th house of health and fitness, and that's mental and physical health. This is also the area of our work environment. So this is the area where we work, the people we work with, around and for, and the actual workspace that we work in. This is also the area that governs small pets and our service to others. So the squaring off during this transit has everything to do with your work environment. I don't know if my Virgo risers have been having challenges with the people that they work with. Maybe their job is not what it used to be, or maybe they're feeling like they need to move to a different job, a different direction, or they've just been dissatisfied, or maybe there's actually some conflict at your job. This is a great time for you to go ahead and start launching another job search, or maybe some of you start to look into a promotion. Maybe you love the place that you work at, just not the particular department you work in, and you feel like you want to move to something else. This will be a good time for you to go ahead and do that. And some of you may have been struggling to find work during this time. Change up how you approach your job search is very, very important. And that means if you need to get a new resume, you need to review your resume, change up some things, or maybe just changing the energy around how you approach your job search. If you've always done a job search a certain way, you got online and look for jobs, maybe you need to decide to hire a recruiter for yourself and have them do the work. Or maybe you need to go to someone that can help you zhuzh up your resume, or find some way to make you more. You may have to take some classes. I don't know why that just came to me. You may have to take some classes to make you more marketable. Maybe that is the caveat that you're having with the job search. But you need to make some changes around this work situation. Now, health and fitness. I don't know, you may have some Virgo risings that are having health issues, mental or physical health. It is time that you get really serious about your health. Even if you don't feel like anything is wrong, we need to be proactive on our health. And again, when I say health, we're talking physical and mental health. Again, I'm a big advocate on therapy. And the 6th house is a health house. So if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. If you need to see a doctor, go to go see the doctor. Because what happens with this, again, with this squaring off energy, if you know that you have an underlying health issue that you are not addressing, unfortunately, the universe will kind of aggravate whatever it is in an effort to get you to address it. So we don't want you to have a health crisis when you can just kind of like get on the front end of this and take care of it. So let's be mindful of our health. And also, this is the area that governs service to others. Now, this could look like volunteering, because that's the obvious. Service to others, volunteering, giving of your time, donating, things of that nature. But when I also think of service to others, I think about, are you giving out more than you're receiving back from the people in your life? Is there a clear balance? Is there reciprocity in your relationships? Now, this can't all the time. It's not just you. Are you being more of a taker than a giver? Finding a balance in how you are a service to others. What you're giving out is what you're getting back. And again, if you have been a taker or you've been a little bit selfish, you kind of need to check yourself on that and do better when it comes to that. Okay? Libra risings, the conjunction is going to be in your 8th house. Again, that's that house of other people's resources, other people's money, assets, property, joint ventures that we have with another person. One of the things that this energy is good for, especially if you are married or you're in business with someone, tackling debt together. Dealing with debt that you have with another person, and really making a plan to tackle that debt. Now, I will tell you this, because this is Uranus and it's unexpected information could come out. Some of my Libra risings may find out that things that they own with another person, or monies that they share with another person, or debt they have with another person. Basically, if you've been one of those Libra risings that does not pay attention to how your spouse manages money or how your business partner manages money, you allow the other person to be in charge of the finances, you actually may get some unexpected news about the truth of what's going on with your joint finances and resources. And it may not be something that you want to hear, but I would implore my Libra risings, you need to start taking a more proactive approach to being involved in joint resources and joint finances, and especially debt that you have with another person, okay? This is house of sex and intimacy again. So here we are again addressing sex and intimacy. Number one, addressing that it's two different things. And at this time, because it's Uranus and the North Node of Destiny and Mars governs sex. I forgot to tell y'all that. Mars does govern sex. This could actually support you in reconnecting with your partner on a more intimate level. This is great for that, but it's also the area of sex. So this could actually, if there's been an issue with the sexual component of your relationship, this could definitely free you up to be more open, to be more experimental, for you guys to enjoy each other more on a physical level at this time. Libra risings, you're squaring off is going to be in your 5th house of children, procreation. This is the area that governs our dating life and our creative projects. So this could actually be, when you look at it from the 5th house with children, difficulties with the kids. So some of you maybe experience difficulties with your children, maybe acting out. Maybe they're having some type of difficulties in their life, and it really doesn't matter what age they are. Children are children. It doesn't matter. You don't stop being a parent because your children become adults. But maybe your children are having issues in school. Maybe your adult issues are having issues in their own relationships, but they're dealing with maybe stressors that is affecting their behavior. So you're having to deal with maybe acting out in some way or a stressful situation around your children. This also puts an emphasis on our dating life. For those of you that are out there dating, there may be some stress around your relationships, and this could come to the point of deciding whether or not you want to continue to see this person in a romantic setting. So deciding whether or not the relationship needs to move forward. Now, it's a squaring off. This could actually take the relationship to a new level. Maybe you guys decide that you want to get serious with each other. Whatever that is, energy around decisions being made around your dating life, dealing with things that have to do with your children. And some of you could be finding out that you are expecting a baby. If you are out of the age range for babies, or if you are no longer interested in having children, number one, protect yourself. Or number two, this could be someone close to you announcing the welcoming of a new baby into the family. And I'm going to say children. I don't want to say baby. But because it's procreation, maybe somebody's pregnant and they disclose or they announce that they're having a new baby, and children become a part of your near future, because we're talking about the next 15 years, near future, okay? Scorpio rising. This energy in the conjunction is going to be in your 7th house of relationships, one-on-one partnerships, marriage, business, family, friends, and legal proceedings. Changes within the one-on-one dynamics and relationships. I can't say anything more than that. And the reason I say is because Scorpios have been dealing with the eclipses all year long. And they've had a lot of changes around their personal one-on-one relationships. So here lies another energy that's going to shake up the dynamics of your one-on-one relationships. I'm just going to send you positive energy. I'm going to send you healing energy on whatever that is. But the dynamics around your one-on-one relationships are going to take another hit here with this conjunction. And again, whatever decision you make around that will be long-lasting and impactful for the next 15 years. So if you are Scorpio rising that's trying to figure out whether or not the relationship that you're in, whether it's a marriage, long-term relationship, family, friend, business, if you're trying to figure out if this relationship should continue on, the decision needs to be made, and it needs to be made soon. Because Scorpio is another one that hates change. They hate change too. I think they hate change more than Taurus. But the change needs to be made, because I feel like you've been in a stagnant. I think Scorpio risings have been in a stagnant state of relationships for a while now, like a few years, that they've kind of like been sitting on the fence with regards to one-on-one relationships. Well, this conjunction is no longer going to let you do that. So get in front of this, or risk allowing the universe to make the decision for you. And we already know that Scorpio risings have control issues, and they don't like anything out of their control. So if you want to make the decision yourself, you need to go ahead and do that now. It's squaring off in your 4th house of family. So this ties right into it. Squaring off 4th house of family is, of course, the family that we come from, the family that we create for ourselves. This is the house of our mother. This is the house of the prominent women in our family. This is the house of our physical space, our residencies. So Scorpio rising, some of you may be making the decision to move, or buying property or selling property, or there is some underlying issue that is going on within your family dynamics that need to be addressed at this time. And I'm thinking it's tying into this one-on-one relationship. So this could be about the people that you live with, having difficulties with people that you live with. This could be the talks about changing your residency. And this could also have to deal with issues around your mother. Or I'm going to say feminine energy in your life. If you're one of those Scorpio risings that do not have their mother anymore, there may be some dynamics coming up with regards to the prominent women that are in your close circle at this time. All right. Sagittarius rising. Oh, that's my niece. Sagittarius rising, this conjunction. I hope she's still on here, because she's the reason why I'm doing this live. This energy has to do with your 6th house, health and fitness, mental and physical health, your work environment, This also is the area of service to others and pets. Sagittarius rising, it's time for you guys to look for a new job. This is like the only the only rising sign, and I'm kind of clear on what they're going to be doing. This has everything to do with your work environment. It is no longer working for you. It is time to find a new job. I can't make it any clearer than that, Sagittarius rising. Please start your job search with regards to finding something new, because the situation that you're in with this job really is not going to change. It's been kind of like all over the place for the last year with regards to work. So you need to be looking for something that's a little bit more solid, a little bit more concrete for yourself, and the time to do it is now. And remember, whatever you choose has a lot to do with the next several years. Okay, so make the job search a good one. Okay, and this is also exactly. And this is also about your health. You're another one that needs to really, really take a serious approach to your health, mental and physical health. Please do that. And because Uranus is here, you don't always have to take a traditional route. Though I advocate for that, think outside the box. Think of more holistic ways of healing yourself, of taking care of yourself. And because this is the area that also governs the foods that we eat, I think it's time for some of my Sagittarius risings to adopt a new eating style. So, for example, that could look like you want to become a vegan or vegetarian, or you start eliminating certain foods from your diet, but making some radical changes to how you eat is very, very important. I think the foods that you're consuming have a great impact on your mental health. So doing research on what the eating plan that would be best for you is going to be very important. Okay, but Sagittarius rising, I need y'all to find another job. You're going to be squaring off in your third house of communication. So this is communication. This is how we speak, how we write, how we process information, how we learn. This is teaching and learning opportunities. This is also the house of our siblings. This is the house of our siblings, our cousins, our neighbors, and our neighborhood, and vocational type learning. So with my Sagittarius risings, even though this is the house of vocational type learning, I would never tell you to limit your studies. So if you want to go back to school for a degree, go ahead and do that. But when we look at the third house of communication, we're looking at more vocational like. We're looking at more like studies that take us 6 months to a year, or maybe a couple of years, but these are short-term courses. And what they're primarily geared towards is you learning something, a quick area of study, or you learning something that ties into your degree, or you learning something that ties into your job that makes you more marketable at the job, where you could move up, okay? Or if you have a job and you need a special certification or an accreditation, those types of vocational learning is what this is good for. And this is also good for hobbies, like if you wanted to learn a hobby. But this is going to put some pressure on your relationships with your siblings, your cousins, or your extended family. Sagittarius risings, the dynamic within those groups could come up. So if there's been underlying issues that you need to take care of, they actually could come back up, and you need to address it. And also, Sagittarius risings have been having a thing with their neighborhood. Now, I don't know if you've had challenges with your neighborhood, or if there's been some type of significant changes in your neighborhood, but this actually could prompt you to move. A really quick move, but probably not a big move. And when I say a big move, this could have you possibly moving from where you are to another place, but it's still kind of like in the general area of your neighborhood. So a short distance move, or just some kind of changes in your neighborhood are impacting you and prompting you to want to move. Okay, I think that's it. And some of you may be dealing with car issues. I don't know, somebody is going to need to get a new car or do some major car repairs. That could come up for you. Capricorn risings, the conjunction is going to be in your 5th house. Children, procreation, dating, love affairs, our creative projects and creative expressions. Number one, some of y'all could be finding out that y'all are pregnant and didn't realize it. So a surprise pregnancy could come up for my Capricorn rising. So this could be you or somebody close to you could be finding out that they're pregnant or there's a baby coming into your life and you were not expecting it. Okay. Now, also, if you're not planning on having children, I would strongly tell you to protect yourself, Capricorn rising, because this could put you in a fertile energy for a surprise pregnancy a few months down the line. This also could bring unexpected dating opportunities. So if you're a Capricorn rising that's been single and is ready to get themselves out there, you could be actually benefiting from this energy by meeting new people for dating opportunities. Date. This is the dating house. This is not the relationship house. So you want to date and have a good time. This is about romantic, casual dating. So this could put you in the space of meeting someone new and maybe meeting someone different than what you normally align yourself with or normally date. And because this is Uranus energy, this makes excellent for online dating. So if you wanted to, whatever type of online dating you wanted to do, whether you wanted to swipe left, swipe right, or if you wanted to pay to have a matchmaking service hook you up, this is all good for online dating. Okay? And this could actually prompt some strange behavior out of your children. Okay, so I'm just going to throw that out there. There may be a little bit of strange behavior from your children, unpredictable behavior from your children. Now, the squaring off is going to be in your money house. You need to get serious about your money. You need to get serious about your spending habits, and you need to get serious about getting your debt under control, Capricorn rising. Aquarius rising, the conjunction is going to be in your 4th house. Family, real estate, the home that you live in, the prominent women in your family. Surprise situations coming up with regards to your family. Now, this could actually look like an unexpected move coming up, but this actually could be a beneficial thing. This could be it may not feel like it initially, but it could be a beneficial thing. So Aquarius risings, anticipate or just possibly prepare for an unexpected move. And if it's not an unexpected move, maybe people moving in and out of your house, or some unexpected dynamics going on with regards to your living situation changes all of a sudden. And because this is Mars is involved in this, I need Aquarius rising and Scorpio rising, not Scorpio. I know Aquarius rising to be careful with fire in the home. Mars governs fire. And just be careful with cooking, be careful with matches and candles. Just be super cautious about the potential for fire in the home. And another thing is this could definitely bring up arguments in the home during this time. And because Mars is the planet of physical combat, this could actually bring up a physical fight within your family dynamics. So just be careful with that kind of energy. But on the flip side, if you've been trying to decide what you're going to do with regards to your housing situation, this would be great for you to start planning on a move for yourself, okay? Now, the squaring is going to be in your 1st house. So this is all about your physical body, your energy that you exude, how people receive you. So this could definitely look like you feeling a lot of pressure with regards to personal goals that you've made for yourself. It is time for you to move forward in your life with regards to your personal goals, okay? That's all I'm going to say on that. It is time for you to move forward with whatever these goals are for yourself. Just make the move, okay? And finally, Pisces rising, the conjunction is going to be in your 3rd house. Again, communication, learning, short distance travel. Short distance travel. Who did I miss on short distance travel? Nobody. Short distance travel, educational pursuits, siblings, cousins, neighbors, and our neighborhood. Surprise, unexpected short distance trips. Again, short distance by my definition is anything that does not require a passport or particularly road trips. So you may have the opportunity to do a short distance trip. Please do that, Pisces rising. This is unexpected events or occurrences that have to do with your siblings or your extended family, and possibly your neighbors. I don't know what type of surprises or unpredictability could come through by way of your neighbor or your neighborhood, and you're another one that could be possibly doing an unexpected move. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And also, this is great for educational pursuits that are kind of different than what you normally would. And I would tell Pisces risings, these educational pursuits are more on the lines of things that you enjoy. Things that studying astrology would be great for my Pisces risings that want to put something on their agenda. So I would say studying astrology. And you're another one that could possibly be thinking about, or unfortunately dealing with car issues, and you may have to get a new car of some sort. And you're also squaring off in your 12th house. It is time for you to do therapy. It is time for you to address your hurts and your traumas. There could be some unexpected events around someone in a confined space. That could be you or someone else. Hospitals, rehab centers, prisons could come up. But this is all about the healing of your traumas, the healing of yourself. This is all about you. Self-care, Pisces. A lot of self-care during this time. But I need you, with this squaring, whatever this is that you're holding on to, you need to release it. You need to release whatever this thing that has been weighing you down. It is time for you to release that thing. And that is how the Mars-Uranus North Node conjunction is going to affect all the rising signs. Does anyone need me to go over a rising sign really, really quickly? I will do that. Do we have any questions about anything else? Anything you guys want to share or talk about? Okay. Aries. Okay. Aries rising, because this is my triple Aries right here. The conjunction is going to be in your second house of money. So we're talking about Mars, Uranus, the North Node. This is all about you moving forward with regards to how you earn your money, how you relate to your money, the relationship you have with your money. As I said before, this could bring an unexpected change in how you earn your money. So this could be the loss of a job, but don't panic. Something else will replace it. Or this could be you deciding that I'm ready to branch off and do something different in how I earn my money. This is also good energy for you breaking away with any unhealthy habits that you have around money. Okay, so this unhealthy attachment that you may have, this unhealthy value or placement that you put on money, releasing that thing, and knowing that don't let money govern who you are, govern your emotions, and have that much control over you. This is all about how you manage your money, how you earn your money, and making every dollar count, and making purchases that are of value. Okay, property, stocks, bonds, even jewelry, something that holds its value, but being very conscious on how you spend your money. And again, this is going to carry over for the next 15 years. This is not like a short-term thing. The decisions that you make around money are going to impact you for the long run. And this is also about our voice. So protecting our voice, making sure if we are having issues with strep throat, laryngitis, anything that has thyroids, anything that has to do with the voice, addressing that, or the throat area, addressing that for my Aries risings. Taurus rising, this conjunction is going to be about your physical body. So your physical self, how you look and how you show up. And before I talked about, because Mars is in the mix and Mars is the planet of surgery, this could actually have my Taurus risings thinking about having some kind of cosmetic surgery done. Research. I love a good nip tuck. I ain't gonna never tell nobody not to go get a little tune up. But I want you to research. If you're considering doing any type of cosmetic changes on a surgical standpoint, research. But this could put you in a space of wanting to change up your style of dress, your hair, your physical body is going to be very important. Now, I know my Tauruses love good food, and my Tauruses love to relax. But if you commit to changing how you eat, changing your diet, getting a little exercise, you could actually put yourself in the best physical shape that you've been in years. And remember, we're talking about years down the line, but because we have these three major planets bumping up together, this is the motivation and this is the energy that you need to support you with making those types of changes to your physical body. Okay? Did I miss mine? Keisha, what is your rising sign? I always forget it. Let me look it up. Keisha, okay, Keisha. Okay. Keisha is a Scorpio rising. Relationships. This is energy around, for my Scorpio risings, dealing with your relationships, your one-on-one relationships. So this could look like marriage, long-term committed relationships, family, business, those relationships we go on to with another person. Definitely energy around unexpected events that could come up around your relationship and your relationship dynamic. Because it's Uranus, you don't really know exactly what you could be getting, but because we're going into the North Node of Destiny, this is the time that basically you are deciding how you want to move forward in your committed one-on-one relationships and making big decisions around that. And as I said before, my Scorpio risings have been dealing with relationship dynamics probably well over a year now because they've been dealing with the eclipses. So relationships have been a big part of their lives for a substantial amount of time. Now we're getting to the point of what is the decision that's going to be made with regards to your relationships. Are you going to do this relationship in a different way? Because Uranus wants you to change how you've been doing your one-on-one relationships in an effort for you to do them in a healthy way. So dynamics around relationships are going to be at the forefront. And you also have a squaring of your fourth house. So I hate to use the word issues. Dynamics around the fourth house, family, where you live, your relationships with your mother, prominent women in your family, could be a point of pressure around you at this time. This could actually put you in a space of needing to make a move, or there is some serious dynamic going on with your residential space and changes in that. So just be mindful that you may be dealing with that with regards to family dynamics and your actual physical space of where you live. And maybe there's issues within the family inside of the home, or their potential for a serious move. Maybe you're thinking about purchasing a home. Maybe you're thinking about it's time for me to put down roots and buying and selling property. But issues around the family are a big deal for my Scorpio risings. Does anyone else need anything or want to share anything or talk about anything before I let you guys go? It's only 5:21. Well, I'm super excited about being back with you guys. I have missed talking to you. Funny enough, y'all don't realize it, but you guys are a part of my therapy. I like getting on here and talking and sharing with you guys. I've missed y'all. So, yeah. Again, the conjunction is from July 31st to August the 8th, but some of us, including me, have already felt this shakeup in our lives, and this shakeup is good. It's easy for us to stay in a space that we're comfortable, but being comfortable doesn't mean change. When you're uncomfortable, that means change is happening, and change is good. And we are all about to be in an uncomfortable space in our life. We cannot continue to cling to what we've always done. What we've always done has served us. It has served its purpose, and it's time for us to release it. The North Node of Destiny says it's time for us to let it go and to move into our destiny. And you can't move into your destiny if you're trying to stay where you're comfortable. So yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be scary, but that's the best part of moving forward. The universe is here to help you. The universe is not going to put you in any situation that you cannot handle and that they know that there's not going to be the outcome that you need to have. Okay? So I want more of us to trust the universe, trust our intuition, and just sometimes we just have to surrender to the process and just move forward. I tell people all the time, you will never win when you fight the universe. You are not that strong. You're not that smart. You don't have that much stamina. The universe will always win. So sometimes you just have to just say, okay, you know what? I trust that where you're trying to move me to is where I need to be. I'm just going to do my part and just show up where you say show up and trust the universe. Just trust. It took me a long time to trust the universe when it came to love. It took me a long time. I would trust the universe on every area of my life. And in every area of my life, the universe came through and showed out, and it was bigger and better than I anticipated. But when it came to my love life, I was like holding on to that thing and child fucking that thing up every time. When I decided that I was ready to release it and I was going to allow the universe to do its part and allow the universe to guide me on what I was supposed to do, it all changed. It all changed. So that's what I want for you guys. I send you guys positive energy. I send you love and support. If you want a personal reading with me, always visit my website, www.melaningoddesslife.biz. Remember that I have the new service, How to Manifest Love. Let me tell you something, child. I tried it on myself and I tried it on somebody else. It works. It works, but you got to do the work. So go on there, see if there's a reading that you want to have. Check out my manifestation candles. Let me tell you something. I make a hell of a manifestation candle. I don't care what nobody say. My candles. Let me tell you something. I make a hell of a manifestation candle. I don't care what nobody say. My shit be lit. So get your manifestation candle from me. At some point, I think I'm going to start doing lessons on how to do your own manifestation candles, because I want y'all to learn how to do it yourself and putting your own energy into it. But in the meantime, if you need one from me, I will put all my love and all my care and my attention and my knowledge into it and get it done for you. Please, okay, the video is going to stay up on all the social media platforms. I think I'm going to have the edited version on the YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, subscribe to me on my YouTube channel. I'm still trying to get that thing to 1,000 subscribers. I'm stuck at 650. I don't understand why I can't move it, but you know, I appreciate you guys' support. If there's not anything else, and again, y'all, when I told you I was going to manifest my 2 celebrity clients, I got them. I got them for 2022. But if there's nothing else, thank you so much for being a great audience. You guys have a great evening and trust the process. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.